A Dividend Aristocrat is a company that has increased its dividend payment to shareholders for at least 25 consecutive years. The S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats is an index that tracks those very companies. These are often seen as well-established, financially sound, and growing businesses. Currently, there are 64 members of the index, but on February 1st, 3 new members are being added. Today, I'm going to share 3 stocks that are joining the rank of becoming a Dividend Aristocrat. My name is Zach, and you should leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. In the analysis of each stock, I will be using my personal stock research tool that I developed. If you like what you see, the tool is available along with many other features at dividenddata.com. First is a stock that some of my viewers should be familiar with, the JM Smucker company, ticker symbol SJM. I had this in my dividend stock portfolio for over a year. It's a high-quality consumer defensive business with top brands across coffee, snacks, and pets. You'll recognize many of these like Folgers, Dunkin' at Home Coffee, Jif, Smuckers, Uncrustables, Milk-Bone, Meow Mix, etc. If you want to learn more about their business, I made a full stock review video which will be linked in the description. SJM stock has a current price per share of $151.60 with 106.6 million shares outstanding, valuing the company at $16.16 billion. The forward-looking annual dividend is $4.08, which is a 2.69% dividend yield. Here you can see that their non-GAAP earnings per share is seeing reliable long-term growth. Free cash flow growth was high with a stellar 2021, but fell off in 2022 due to rising costs and margin pressure. This is reflected in their dividend growth as well. In 2021, they increased their dividend 10%, but returned to lower dividend growth with a 3% increase in 2022. Over the past 10 years, the compound annual growth rate of the dividend is 6.84%. In 2022, the dividend payout ratio is 66%, but was 46% in 2021. The JM Smucker company is a quality business, but the stock commands a premium valuation in today's market. This is part of the reason why I sold my position in the back half of 2022. Stock number 2 is Nordson, ticker symbol NDSN. This is an industrial company that designs and manufactures systems that dispense, apply, and control fluids like adhesives, coatings, and sealants. Nordson's customers are found in industries ranging from food packaging, biotech, aerospace, and semiconductor manufacturing. I have not done in-depth research on their business model, but both the financials and stock performance are quite impressive. As you can see, the price has seen large appreciation over the past decade. This is in line with underlying earnings growth. Nordson's stock is currently trading at $235.97 per share with 57.15 million shares outstanding, giving it a market cap of $13.48 billion. The forward-looking annual dividend is $2.60. This makes the current dividend yield 1.1%. Revenue per share is growing at an 8.17% 10-year compound annual growth rate. Net income per share is growing at an 8.87% 10-year CAGR. Free cash flow per share is growing at a 9.88% 10-year CAGR. This is very impressive and reliable growth. The dividend is seeing massive growth. The 10-year CAGR of the dividend is 15.14%. Their last 2 increases were massive at 27.45% and 30.77% respectively. However, it's important to keep in mind that growth was much slower in the years prior. It's likely that the dividend growth will revert back to a slower rate. The current payout ratio sits at a low 20 to 30%. Nordson stock commands a premium valuation, but the earnings and dividend growth is there to back it up. The only question is whether this is likely to continue. NDSN stock may be one worth looking deeper into. Stock number 3 is C.H. Robinson Worldwide, ticker symbol CHRW. This is another industrial company I had not heard of. C.H. Robinson provides freight transportation and logistics services to industries around the globe. CHRW stock is currently trading at $96.61 with 117.7 million shares outstanding, valuing the company at $11.37 billion. The forward-looking annual dividend is $2.44. At current prices, this gives the stock a dividend yield of 2.53%. This stock has seen tremendous earnings growth, most notably in 2022. Revenue per share is growing at a 10.7% 10-year CAGR. Net income per share is growing at a 9.25% 10-year CAGR. Fiscal 2022, which is not yet fully reported for them, will exceed with even higher growth. Free cash flow per share for 2021 was near zero. Not sure the cause is here. However, in 2022, it will rebound with likely their highest ever. In Q3, they reported $4.75 in free cash flow per share. Their dividend is growing at a 5.37% 10-year CAGR. However, they just announced a 10.91% increase, showing that growth is trending up. The current payout ratio is around 30 to 40%. On the surface level, CHRW stock seems to be trading at the best valuation of the stocks analyzed today. On top of this, it has a respectable starting dividend yield of 2.5%. That said, don't take my analysis as the gospel, and be sure to do your own research before making any investing decisions. Thank you for watching Dividend Data. You can sign up for dividenddata.com to use my stock research software and join a Discord community of like-minded investors. Follow me on Twitter for all my latest stock buys and dividends coming in. Thanks for watching.